Hey, what's up guys? I'm Coach Ryan Finley from VIPAR. Today I want to talk about the importance and significance of what's known as a priming phase, or even a setup phase, if you will. A lot of times when we have goals in the gym, we simply slave away at whatever protocol we're working at in an attempt to improve performance. What I mean by that is, let's say you're trying to improve your 5 rep max on a given lift. A lot of us will just continue to slag away at sets of 5, trying to add weight whenever we can, and oftentimes that leads to a plateau or stalling out. Now, to be perfectly clear, that is the most specific way to train for improving your 5 repetition max, but the body will often stall out if you expose it to a stimulus too often. So what I like to do is sometimes hit a primer phase or a setup phase. And the way I define this is a phase that will give the body the resources necessary to perform in the targeted performance. So here's an example. Let's say, again, your goal is to boost your 5 RM or your 5 repetition max in a given lift. After a period of time, so I'm just going to use numbers as an example. Let's say my goal is to do 100 pounds for 5 reps on a lift. And I'm doing sets of 5 and I'm working up to 80 pounds and 85 and 90, and then I just kind of seem to get stuck. At that point, I will switch to a primer phase. In the primer phase for this, one way this could look would be 10 sets of 1 to 3 reps. So it's a lot of sets, so you get a good amount of volume, and it's heavier than the 5 repetition max that you were talking about. So if you can do, let's say, 90 pounds for a set of 5, you could probably do between 105 to 110 for sets of 1 to 3. So in your first workout, you might do 10 sets of 1 at 105 pounds. Second workout, maybe 10 sets of 1 at 110 pounds. Third workout, 10 sets of 1 at 115 pounds. You get the point. After a few cycles through this primer phase though, you can go right back, put 100 pounds on the bar, and probably achieve that 5 repetition maximum. Because of the neurological gains you made, the brain gains you made during that primer phase. It upregulated your central nervous system's ability to handle a heavy load. And that's one way you can prime to do better in your 5 repetition max. Now let's look at the other end of the spectrum. Let's say you want to boost your 20 RM or your 20 repetition maximum. What that requires is a lot of lactic acid buffering, fatigue resistance, and things of that nature. So one of the things that I've done personally that works really well is a descending cluster. So basically you would do it's essentially 3 sets of 10 done with incomplete recovery between sets. So the way this could look like, let's say, and I'll give you an example I used. At one point I was trying to deadlift 500 for 20. And so basically I took that 500 pounds, that was the working weight, and did 3 sets of 10 with it. And I started with just 30 seconds rest between the sets of 10. So that was really freaking hard, all right? Here's where the descending part comes in. Every time I repeated this workout, I would drop the rest a little bit. So workout 1 was 30 seconds rest. Hard, but manageable, okay? Then 25 seconds rest, then 20, yada, yada, yada. Eventually, once you can do this with just 10 seconds rest between the clusters, the 3 clusters of 10, you will be able to do one all-out set of 20 RM with that weight. So these are just some ideas to give you. There are many permutations of this, but I just want to start to put it into your brain that pounding away at the target you're trying to achieve, so just constantly doing sets of 20, will probably set you up for a pretty gnarly plateau. You often have to change the training stimulus just a little bit to get the same physiological gains, but with a slightly different protocol, so that once you cycle off of that primer phase, you're fresh and ready to perform, all right? I'm Coach Ryan Finley from the VIPAR Pit. If you like this video, please hit subscribe below. I'll catch you next time.